Imagine, in just 5 minutes a siren will go off in your city. What will you do in that moment? Time is running. Will you decide it's just a drill or maybe you'll run to hide? But if so, where? Hello, wonderful humans. It's Adele. The issue of nuclear war is more urgent than ever. But are you ready for such a scenario? Today, I tell you about the correct sequence of actions in case of a nuclear war and what to do if you are in the epicenter of within the bomb's impact zone. But first, talk about time. I mean the time you will have if a nuclear explosion happens. The time you have depends on several factors. But here are the two main ones. First, distance to the epicenter. Second, type of nuclear weapon. In the first seconds of the explosion, if you are in the epicenter, I'd advise you not to worry or rush. You will instantly evaporate from the heat and radiation. So, no need to stress. But if you are further from the epicenter, you will have from a few seconds to 10 minutes. Imagine the situation. You hear a thud, approach the window and see a nuclear mushroom cloud. First tip. Also, the explosion of a nuclear bomb is a mesmerizing sight. I would not recommend it watching the mushroom cloud near glass surface or windows. The blast wave will shatter the glass and injure your eyes, further complicating your chances of survival. Okay, you saw the nuclear mushroom cloud. That means you didn't follow my advice and you weren't in the epicenter. So, from this moment, you have about 10 minutes to find shelter and leave your current location with your emergency backpack before radioactive fallout begins. Emergency backpack. I didn't mention it for tonight. To be honest with you, if you don't have one right now, it's time to put one together because in a panic you won't have time to gather everything you need. Your top priority will be reaching a shelter, which by the way not every city has. Now I'll show you my doomsday emergency backpack, but before that I recommend starting with medication. Because in the 21st century, most of us have chronic illnesses that can worsen under stress and significantly reduce our survival time. On your screens, my emergency backpack. Respirator, radioactive iodine, water supply, gas mask. If dampened, it works as a filter. Stomach or digestive medicine, sorbents, alginates. Personal hygiene items, power bank, various cables, radio, preferably one with a 10-15 kilometers range, as mobile communication may be down and you will need to listen to news or instructions in the shelter. Dried fruits, nuts, freeze-dried food or canned goods for the first 3 days. Okay, your backpack is ready. Where do you call? Where do you go? What do you even do? Don't panic. Panic prevents our brain from thinking rationally. Remember, we have no time for nonsense. If you don't know of any shelter in your city, it doesn't mean you're doomed or out of chances. Okay. Okay, before going outside, Take 1 sachet of alginate. It protects the mucous membranes of your gastrointestinal tract from radionuclides. The effect is short-lived, but it works. You just need to find a subway, basement, underground parking, maybe even a sewer or any kind of depression. Remember, the deeper, the better. The world's best bunkers, like the one where the Kremlin elite hid during the Cuban Missile Crisis, while awaiting Khrushchev's talking with President Bush, were only 65 meters deep. 65 meters is like a 24-story building turned upside down and buried underground. I'm just telling you this to help you visualize it. Now you are outside and heading towards a no shelter, or perhaps even searching for a basement or subway station. But how should you move correctly to reduce the impact of radiation on your body and skin? Don't look towards the flash, as it can burn your retinas. Your clothing should be dense and cover all exposed skin. It's best to wear white, thick fabric clothes, just like a nuclear power plant. If you live in a big city, move between buildings, as they act as barriers between you and the wind carrying dust and radiation. If you don't have a respirator, use a damp gas mask with a cotton pad and crushed activated charcoal tablets. It might not help much, but it will buy you a little time and reduce some of the harmful effects on your body. Finally, once you reach the bunker, perform a decontamination procedure, remove all clothing, thoroughly wash your skin with soap if possible, and ideally shave off your hair. Yes, it's sad, but it's a sacrifice for your survival.
Прийом. Є хто живий? Oh, now that you are in the bunker. All that's left is to wait for instruction on the radio and listen to the news. Don't consume contaminated food or drink water from open sources outside. I hope your shelter is cozy and has a ventilation system. Our video is coming to the end. It's important to remember that surviving a nuclear explosion is extremely difficult, and there's no guarantee anyone will survive. Still, I encourage us all to remain human and care for one another, because sticking together makes survival much easier. By following these tips, you can increase your chances of survival. This was your Adele. Hugs to all of you, and I wish you peaceful skies above.